In this video, we're going to talk about how to do nonlinear regression models using your TI-Nspire. So first, I have some example problems here of different types of regressions, and I'm going to show you how to use your TI-Nspire to solve these. Before we get into the video, make sure you smash that like button and subscribe to my channel for more interesting content like this. Let's get into this. So first, what you want to do is you want to create a new document. So you're going to go to new and you're going to click that. And first I want to add a list and spreadsheet. So for this problem, the table to the left shows the temperature each minute after an oven is set. Use logistic regression to write an equation, then estimate the time it will take the oven to reach the temperature of 425 degrees Fahrenheit. So we want to say minutes, we're going to make that X, and for temperature, we're going to name that Y. So we're going to create the exact same table in the calculator. So we're going to name AX, okay, and then BY. I got tricked by my brain there. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That didn't work. 77, 98, 124, 152, 185. Okay, so we have the table set here, and we want to click menu, statistics, and stat calculations. It's going to show you a bunch of options, but the problem tells you to use logistic regression. So we need to find logistic regression. So in this type of problem, we're going to make D equals 0. So we're going to have logistic regression D equals 0. Click this one, and you want to make the X list, obviously X, Y list, obviously Y, and you want to go down and make sure that the first result column, so for now it's D, so we remember that column D has nothing in it, so we want to send the first result to a column that has nothing in it. So for now D is fine. We're going to click OK, and now we have this. I can't see, so I'm going to extend this a little bit. So it says the regression equation is C over this thing, and it tells us the values of A, B, and C, and we want to plug in all of these for these values. I will write this first, okay? C, 478 point. We can round to the third decimal point, so okay, I have that all over. Please understand my handwriting here. It's kind of difficult to write on a tablet. So, okay, 1 plus A, 7.011 times E to the power of negative B. So what's B? 0.297 and then X. So I have that here, but the problem's asking me to find the time it will take the oven to reach a temperature of 425 degrees Fahrenheit. In that case, we're trying to find Y equals 425. Since we're trying to find Y equals, and if you're not allowed to use the solve function on the test, we're going to have to do something, a process that's rather tiring, and we're going to have to find the intersection. So how you do this is you go back to the calculator, obviously, and you press Control I, and that's going to give you a bunch of options. We want to add graphs, okay? So F2 of X is, we want this equation in there. Press, no, that's not good. Nope. Sorry. Control divide, that's going to give you the fractions so that it's easier to see. Times E to the power of, put parentheses, times X. So we're going to enter that. It's kind of annoying. We can't see anything here. Obviously, since we want y equals 425, we want the view range of y to be greater than 425. What we're going to do is go to menu, go to window zoom, and you want to go to window settings. X min, we can just set it to like, I don't know, negative 500. X max 500 without thinking a lot. This one we can also do negative 500 because that's greater than 425. 500. I mean, negative 500 is not greater than 425. You get the point, right? Anyways, you have all of this. Press OK, and that's gonna give you this logistic graph. Now we want to find y equals 425. So in this case, what we do is we're going to go to menu and we're going to graph entry a function. Okay, so f3 of x, so that's just y equals 425. So 425, go ahead and enter that. That's going to give you another graph. What you want to do here is, if you want the x value, you need the intersection between graph f2 and graph f3. What you do is menu, analyze graph, intersection, and we obviously know that the intersection is between about here and here. That's going to give us the intersection, and now we know that the value of x is 13.6 approximately. So for our answer, we can have x equals 13.6. The time it will take the oven, we want to round up since it's 0.6, 14 minutes. That's going to be our answer to problem number 3. We have another interesting problem here. So there's the table given, obviously, and the average price of a gallon gas at a gas station in years since 2001. X. Determine whether a logarithmic or exponential function would best model the data. Then find the year in which the price gas will reach $3.25. So this time it's making us choose between logarithmic and exponential. What we have to do is do both of those regressions and see for which regression is the R value, so the correlation coefficient, is that closer to 1 or negative 1. So I wrote the table down for you guys because I know everyone hates the awkward silence. I'll go ahead and do the regression. So go to statistics, stat calculations. First I'll do the logarithmic regression. X list is obviously x, that's obviously y. Notice how it says save reg equation to f1, regression equation to f1. I'm just going to write that here. So log regression, we're going to save that to f1. And then first result column D, that should be fine. I click OK. Okay, that's logarithmic. And do the same thing again, except I want to do exponential this time. Exponential. So I have x, y. Notice how it says f2. Exponential goes to f2. Please understand my handwriting again. It's hard to write in a tablet. First result column goes to G. That should be fine. Click OK. Now we have to compare the values of R. So for the exponential one, it's 0.99. For this one, it's 0.92. So we're going to choose the exponential one because R is closer to 1. So we're going to use this. And instead of writing all of the decimal points and typing that into the calculator again, there's a better method. So first, we need to find the year in which the price of gas will reach 3.25. So we want to find y equals 3.25. If we want to do that, we can go ahead and do Control I, and we're going to add graphs. So instead of typing in the exponential regression equation, what I can do is, since that equation is saved to f2, I can go ahead and go to var, go to f2 and f2 of x, and it will automatically graph that for me. Now I need to add another graph. graph entry function, f4 of x, that's just y equals 3.25. Enter, and there we have an intersection. We can go ahead and analyze graph intersection from here to here. It says I can't move this. It says 5.67, 3.25. So it's this many years after 2001. So find the year in which the price of gas will reach $3.25. But since we're using the average price of a gallon gas, we need to do the year after this. Basically, we need to round up. So 5 years after 2001, that's going to be 2006, but we need to round up because of the decimal points. So the answer is going to be 2007. We have the last example problem here. There's the table years and users. So I'm gonna make years X, users Y. I have the table in the calculator because, again, I want to avoid the awkward silence. Determine the number of smartphone owners in 2028. That means I want to determine Y when X is 18, because remember, we're counting number of years since 2010. So X equals 18. Just write that there, and we'll do the regressions. This time I have to choose between an exponential and power regression. So go to menu, statistics, calculations. First I'll do exponential, x, y. We know that exponential is going to f1 from this part here. Okay, scroll down. I've scrolled down too much. First result column goes to D. That should be fine. Click OK. Okay, I will do the power function now. Statistics, stat calculation, power regression, x, y. Power is going to f2 this time. Make sure G is empty. Okay. Okay, so now I need to compare the R values. So the R for power is 0.999. R for exponential is 0.96. That means since this value is closer to 1, I want to use a power regression. So I'm going to have to use F2 in my calculator. Again, this is a much better method. Instead of rounding up to 3 decimals and then putting that again in the calculator and ending up with more decimal points that you have to round, that can get your answer to vary a little bit. But this way, the calculator saves all of the decimal points, so it should be fine. Okay, I want to find x equals 18. This time I don't want to add a graph. I need to add a calculator. Control I. I'm going to add calculator. I want to find x equals 18. So that's going to be f2 of 18. I can literally go to var, go to f2, type 18. That's going to give me the answer. That's 935.267. Now I want the number of smartphone users. So anything around 935 would be an acceptable answer. 935 people. That would be an acceptable answer. Alright everybody, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it or if it was helpful, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe to my channel. Make sure you turn on all notifications if you want more interesting content like this. Comment for more content, and see you next time.